What's up guys, Lon here from Android Authority, and this is the Battle of the Fives. This is your quick comparison of the Sony Xperia Z5 Premium versus the Samsung Galaxy Note 5. So the easiest place to start with these two devices is in the design. So the Xperia Z5 Premium looks and feels just like a lot of other Sony devices. It's a clean rectangular slab with a metal frame and glass on the front and back. And if you're used to Sony devices, then you'll love the design of the Z5 Premium and you'll pretty much feel right at home. It does feel pretty great in the hand. It has a very solid feel to it, and it's a very good looking design, even if it is a little bit simplistic. Now with the design of the Note 5, this is a very different direction for Samsung. So now what you have is a glass and metal design just like the Z5 Premium, but there's a little bit more curvature to the Note 5, and it's also a little bit thinner in comparison to the Z5 Premium, so it is a little bit easier and more comfortable to hold. But both devices certainly do feel great, but while the Note 5 focuses on the luxurious, the Z5 Premium is definitely more of the functional device thanks to its water resistant capabilities. One similarity that you'll find on both of these devices is the built-in fingerprint sensor, and on the Note 5 you have it embedded in the home button up front, which is pretty typical placement for Samsung, but on the Z5 Premium it's actually embedded in the power button that's on the side, and it actually makes a lot of sense, and it sort of makes you wonder why other companies haven't done this, but basically you just press the power button and it'll automatically unlock with your fingerprint, and it works extremely well. It's very fast and reliable like many other fingerprint sensors that I've tested before in the past, and again it just simply makes a lot of sense and works extremely well. Now as far as the screens go, the Z5 Premium is the first smartphone in the world with a 4K display, and this equates to a whopping PPI of 806, which is just absolutely ridiculous. But the Galaxy Note 5 is certainly no slouch. It's a Quad HD AMOLED panel, which also looks great. It's very bright, very vibrant, very saturated, but in terms of the resolution, it's pretty clear who the winner is here. But I have to say that the Note 5 screen is definitely brighter, which makes it a lot easier to see outdoors. But both of these screens are absolutely fantastic for pretty much anything that you want to do on a smartphone. In terms of everyday performance, none of these devices are a slouch, and while Sony has packed the Xperia Z5 Premium with a 1.9 GHz Snapdragon 810 processor and 3 GB of RAM, Samsung has stuck to their own Exynos 7420 inside the Galaxy Note 5 with 4 GB of RAM. Both devices are very quick and snappy and responsive, so whichever one you decide to go with, you shouldn't really have any problems at all. Like many other flagships, both devices come packed with a full set of components to keep the experience pristine. The Xperia Z5 Premium comes with 32 GB of internal storage and a micro SD card slot, while the Galaxy Note 5, on the other hand, comes with either 32 or 64 gigs of storage, but no micro SD card expansion, so Sony is the winner here if you care about external storage. Both have all the usual connectivity standards and come with NFC, while the Note 5 is also compatible with Samsung Pay mobile payment and comes with the S Pen stylus to take advantage of features like Air Command to create memos, crop out images, create screen grabs, and also write on PDFs. A flagship isn't a flagship without an impressive camera, and while we haven't tested the Xperia Z5 Premium's camera, it's probably going to be pretty impressive, especially considering Sony's track record when it comes to cameras. But basically what you're looking at is a 23 megapixel Sony Exmor RS sensor with super fast phase detection autofocus and steady shot stabilization and a 23mm wide angle f2.0 lens. With the Note 5, you're looking at a 16 megapixel sensor f1.9 with optical image stabilization, and as we already covered in the review, it is a fantastic camera. With all of these power-hungry specs and advanced functionality, both smartphones need large enough batteries to get through a full day, and the Note 5 comes with a 3000 mAh non-removable battery that is mostly impressive, while Sony has packed a large 3430 mAh battery inside the Z5 Premium. Sony swears that the Xperia Z5 Premium will provide 2 days worth of battery life on a single charge, and that's a pretty bold claim considering the 4K screen, but if that is actually true, it's going to one-up the Note 5, which typically only lasts about a day. In terms of the software, both the Z5 Premium and the Note 5 are running on Android 5.1.1 Lollipop, but the experiences are very different. On the Z5, you have a more close to stock experience with the Xperia UI, which doesn't really add too much to the Lollipop experience. So a lot of the material design elements that you find in Lollipop are mostly intact, but there are some software features that are integrated to the Xperia UI that many people will enjoy, like the small applications for multitasking and the PlayStation integration. The Note 5, on the other hand, is running TouchWiz, and TouchWiz has been cleaned up quite a bit this year by Samsung. It's a lot cleaner and tighter, and there's a lot less bloatware and unnecessary features. There's still a lot of features on the Note 5 though, but that's simply just due to the S Pen, and if you're buying the Note 5, you're buying it for that S Pen and for that large screen experience. But there you have it, guys, for this quick comparison of the Sony Xperia Z5 Premium versus the Samsung Galaxy Note 5, which is probably going to be one of Sony's biggest competitors when this device finally launches. So let us know down below which device you prefer, and also give this video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and also subscribe down below if you haven't already, and make sure to stay tuned for the rest of our coverage, because we are your source for all things Android and IFA 2015.